Welcome to the Deucecast Extra. This is, of course, our episode 2 of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's very The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's like a full title, but called the Star Spangled Man, which I love the mention of that title.
Yes.
So first of all, thanks to everybody in the chat watching live. If you happen to watch later, please let us know in the comments, and I'll do my best to comment back to you. But as always, we have U.S. Agent Ryfin. How's it going,
Hello.
Ryfin?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. And then we've got Battlestar Dr. Earl down there. How's it going, sir?
I'm his sidekick.
Yeah,
I didn't know you guys were going to do that. I'm apparently the bad guy then. I'm Mikey Morgenthau.
We're coming for you, man.
In reference to
Flag
Carly
Smashers
Morgenthau.
are going down.
Yeah, the Flag Smashers are going down. And man, this episode was packed full of stuff, which I love that they aren't. I mean, they're obviously holding stuff back. I mean, but at the same time, they are sure throwing a lot out at us in one 47-minute. I think IMDb said it was a 47-minute episode, but I thought it was 50 minutes. But I don't know.
It was 49, I think. But if you take out the dub credits,
48.
It's probably 47.
You think it was 48? We're playing a Deucecast movie show game.
That's right. Yeah.
You're $1 us, Dr. Earl. So, just a couple things that I loved about the episode. I think that first and foremost, Sam and Bucky and just their back and forth was really awesome. I absolutely loved how they went back and forth and just it was just so good, like their comedic timing and just just the reactions and everything. I really loved that aspect of the episode. And then, of course, there were some really good action sequences, some great stuff with the Flag Smashers, since apparently they have taken the serum, apparently.
Clearly.
So, which is interesting. I mean,
Super Soldier.
I guess that's kind of like what stuff they stole then, or did they steal vaccines, or did they steal serum?
I think they stole the serum from the Power Broker, because the Power Broker gives the people powers in the comics. He gives U.S. Agent his powers in the comics, I believe.
Oh, wait a minute.
Interesting. Yeah. And that's, I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can refer to, as happens in the comics that they may eventually happen,
Yeah,
because
I have a feeling U.S. Agent takes the serum at some point.
Yeah, I think
and it
so
may not
too.
have good results.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, and you can sort of see it happening a little bit in this episode, that John Walker is kind of frustrated a bit with everything. He's frustrated with the fact that Sam and Bucky aren't helping him really the way he exactly wants them to help him. And so, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that he's eventually going to feel like he has to become a superhero more than he is. And it's probably going to be
pretty impressive as he is, though.
He is pretty impressive as
honestly,
he is.
Yeah.
But he can't take on the Flag Smashers. I mean, there's no
Not
way.
by himself, no.
He
Which is why
Battlestar, no.
It's why he tries to recruit Bucky and Falcon.
Sure. I mean, and that's a big deal. And so I think we're probably going to see a point where he really fails in this role as Captain America, and it's going to force him to seek out the serum so he can, and yeah, like you alluded to, Ryfin, it might not end up well. So what's something you guys liked about the episode, Ryfin?
Well, I actually really like, getting more to the point of John Walker, I like that they gave him a human backstory. I like that we got to see his past, and that we could sympathize with him a bit. I mean, there were some things towards the end of the episodes that don't get in my way, where obviously then you go, not the best comment to make. But ultimately in the episode, we felt for him a lot more than I thought we would. Before, obviously, we saw some comments that they said they would make him more sympathetic about a week before the episode. But yeah, I honestly thought he was just going to be this bad guy who was just going to be a jerk Captain America, and he's not been a total jerk. So
no, not yet. And I thought it was really good at the beginning of the episode that they even introduced his wife, which that's not really a character that they have in the comics.
Or girlfriend. Do we know it's his wife for sure?
It is his wife. Yeah, her name's Olivia Walker.
Oh, okay.
So it is his wife. They apparently met at that high school.
Mikey's got the notes.
I do have the notes. Yeah, I took the notes, and that character is not
the notes.
It's not a Marvel Comics character at all. This is just for the TV show. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Well, maybe they're going to paint a totally different version of him.
I mean, I still think he's going to fail ultimately because the mantle's got to go to Falcon at the end of the show.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. But he's not going to be. He's probably not going to be as much of an adversary necessarily.
Maybe not.
Craig. I have their family tree.
He may willingly give up the mantle. That may be a thing that happens.
I don't know. I get this feeling that if he goes
too optimistic.
Yeah, if he goes bad, total U.S. agent bad, then they're going to have to pry that shield away from him in not the best of ways. But what about you, Earl? Anything in particular that jumped out this episode?
I mean, I really like the way they kicked it off at the beginning. So you're waiting for that Marvel music, and then all of a sudden they have this like marching band thing, and just the whole. And apparently that was a version of the song that they played in the Captain America First Avenger. Yeah. Man with a Plan or something that band was playing. So I kind of like that whole intro. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I like the Bucky and Falcon repartee. I even like the repartee with Walker and like the four of them. And then just sort of, I like how Bucky is just not having any of it. He's he's like, does he always stare like that? And Falcon's like, you'll get used to it. Because there's like several times they're just staring at each other. I mean, I thought it was a good episode. I mean, I love the Isaiah Bradley scene and just some of the fallout from that with the policeman. I mean, there was just a lot of sort of commentary that was done well. I think not too heavy handed. Yeah. Sort of about the racial things going on and sort of the things that probably hindered Isaiah Bradley from progressing and just the bitterness there. But anyway, I probably went through too much, but it's really good.
I mean, one of the things that I liked is that it appears that Sam is taking the initiative to find out more about these flag smashers. Obviously he's using the resources that he has, which is, Torres helping him out. And then of course, Red Wing, is always by his side, but unfortunately Red Wing,
I love that moment actually. I mean, I love Red Wing, but when she just took it and smashed it.
And Bucky's like, I've always wanted to do that. I mean,
he's like, man,
some good one-liners. And so when they are infiltrating like the warehouse flag smashers are in, he drops the White Wolf name like out of nowhere. Yeah. Like I thought that was awesome.
We haven't heard since the post-credit scene.
He calls him White Panther.
Yeah. It's White Wolf. Which I thought was awesome. Apparently. Yeah. So hopefully that sticks. Hopefully that wasn't something that he was just in passing. But it's odd for a superhero to give themselves a name. I mean, that you don't want to be that guy to choose your own superhero name.
He was given it. Yeah, he was given it from the kids at Wakanda. So and it's good to have a different name than the Winter Soldier. Something he can actually strive towards being. The White Wolf. Live up to that name.
Exactly. So we find out that there's 8 key members of this flag smasher group. There's eight people in this particular, and their whole thing, I guess, is they felt gypped by the Global Repatriation Council. That gets dropped a lot in this episode. The GRC gets mentioned quite a bit in this episode.
They're going to be a bad guy, I think.
And they just felt gypped because that organization apparently paid more attention to the people that came back than the people that got left behind. So I thought that was interesting that you almost empathize a little bit with the flag smashers in that sense, which is, I think, what they're going for.
That's 100%. They've talked about that in interviews. They want you to empathize with every character in the show. They didn't want anyone to be 100% bad, is what they pretty much said from the outset.
That's interesting. I mean, that's. I hope that they do end up having a straight up bad guy, though.
I mean, at the end of the day, if the Flag Smashers are or whatever they're trying to do to enact their plan is probably going to be pretty evil.
Yeah.
So,
and the pawnbroker is certainly does not have a problem at all finding
power broker.
Sorry, the power broker doesn't have a problem at all finding them, though. I mean, because he like sends a text message. You took what's mine. I'm going to find you and kill you. I mean,
no, whoever the pawnbroker is coming for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, there's some theories that Walker is actually the pawnbroker saying those things, but I was like, I don't see that. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I just get the sense that this guy is just a soldier that is highly decorated, that was maybe known in the public a little bit before getting the Cap mantle, or at least known in the military as a really highly decorated guy who deserves this shot to be Captain America. So I think that his frustrations just end up coming more from the fact that Sam and Bucky won't give him any respect.
Yeah.
So
it largely is that. He seems to understand the impact of what being in America means, but it's just and to Falcon and the Winter Soldier's point, or White Wolf's point, whatever he's going by now.
Winter Soldier. Let's just go by the title. None of this White Wolf stuff.
Yeah, 4 medals of honor. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yep. So I mean, a very decorated soldier. He just may not have.
Listen, I'm on U.S. Agent's side with this whole thing.
You shouldn't be.
He may not have the attitude that Steve had when it came to the job of Captain America.
Yeah.
He seems to be a lot more about the press, and Steve hated that aspect. As you saw when he was doing the Bond stuff in the first Captain America, he just wanted to go and teach, fight the bullies.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to save.
He's a symbol. He's a symbol.
Yeah. This is interesting point by Roth here that he liked that the bad guys are anti-border, and that he didn't really expect that from Disney.
Anti-nation states, really. They want a one-world government. Right?
They want a one-world government. Yeah, I mean,
I'm not sympathetic for that.
They were not the Blip people, right? They were the ones that are still around, and then when the Blip people come back, they feel like they're being gypped.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
and that I get.
Yeah.
I did love the moment where he threw that shield and caught Battlestar, caught me, and then they gave each other a thumbs up. I don't know.
They seem to be having a lot of fun, but that's not necessarily conducive to actually getting the job done and defeating the Flag Smashers.
They kind of seem like football players who've been elevated to a position,
right?
And it's like a big game for them,
Yeah.
So I mean, I like the fact that Battlestar is going to end up being a pretty major character, and I would bet that Battlestar ends up siding on Sam and Bucky's side, because he's going to see USH. He's going to see John sort of turn bad, and he's going to have to make a decision, and I feel like he'll probably make the right decision. I just get that out of that character that he'll.
I don't get that at all.
I don't think he's going to follow the lead of whatever bad stuff that Walker gets involved in.
Why do you assume Walker's going to be bad?
Because that's what we've heard. The U.S. agent's a bad character.
No,
I have a feeling he may not be as bad in the MCU, but we'll see.
I think he'll be a lesser bad. I think he'll be running interference.
Yeah,
and then he'll turn back.
An annoying. Yes. Kind of a pest to our main characters during their
that's
fight.
I mean, but I could be wrong. I mean, like you said, he gets that super serum in him. He may go loco.
Yeah.
He go cray baby.
And that's something that Bucky talked about in that car. Or no. That's something that Walker talked about in the car and sort of apologized to Bucky because he mentioned that people who've taken the serum haven't exactly had the best side effects.
That's right.
I mean, really, if you think about it, at first the only character that we know of is Steve Rogers that kind of like didn't have too many bad side effects from it.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
Yeah,
so.
and the same with Isaiah Bradley. We don't get the sense that he had any bad side effects, but we get
just treated poorly.
He was treated really poorly. Exactly.
They did testing on him.
Yeah, exactly.
And jailed him.
Yep.
So the interesting thing is he's old though,
and he didn't get the recognition that Cap got. I think is awesome.
Well,
right? Yeah.
It's interesting though that he aged, and like Bucky and Cap did not age with their super serum soldier mix.
Well,
they were frozen for a long time.
They were both frozen. Cap did technically age when he went back in time and lived his life.
Yeah.
After Endgame.
Were both of them frozen? Did I miss that?
Winter Soldier was taken in and out of cryo.
Yeah.
I guess,
oh, that's right.
To commit acts of, terrorism.
All right. Sorry. I don't even MCU, I guess.
He was so they were sort of kept younger, whereas Isaiah Bradley sort of just aged, although still slowly, but he just aged along, with time, but he's still pretty spry looking for a guy that was around.
Oh yeah.
In the 50s.
Now, when did they bring in the mother boxes? I might have missed that part. Where's the mother box in this?
Yeah. Well,
I love Jason Momoa in this episode.
Yeah, exactly. I loved that Carl Lumbly was that actor that portrayed Isaiah. He was Mantis. Mantis was awesome. Back on Fox a long time ago. I think it might have been UPN, that old television station, United Paramount Network.
Yeah.
He was a superhero called Mantis back in the day.
Oh wow.
It was an awesome show. Only ran one season, but it was still pretty awesome. And then he does voice Martian Manhunter a lot in the Justice League cartoons. So that dude, if you look at his IMDb profile, he's been around a long time. That particular actor.
Like, is he really that old in real life? I mean, he's an older.
He's pretty old.
Gentleman.
Yeah, he's about the same age as I'd say like a Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, he's been around a long time.
I didn't know if they had aged him.
Leave it to Fatmatic. Fatmatic is our encyclopedia of knowledge. It was Mantis was on Fox.
Not just that, it was created by Sam Raimi.
Oh, Mantis was. Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay,
yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I think there was like a TV movie first, and then it spun off into
backdoor pilot.
Like a one season. But
did you see that in Oregon, Michael?
Yeah, well, it's pretty old. I think it was probably over there.
Yeah, we didn't allow that show in.
You didn't have Fox in Alabama.
It says 94. So
yeah, so it was right. It was right around. I was still in Oregon. Yeah. Oh yeah, 70. So I think Samuel L. Jackson is actually older than that. He just looks.
Samuel Jackson.
He's about the same age.
60s.
No, he's older. No, he's in his 70s.
I think he's 72. But
Samuel Jackson?
Yes, there's no way.
He's 72. He's 72.
70. Okay, so
they're
about the same age. They both got. They both will take any role. If you look at their IMDb profile, both of those guys will take a paycheck from anywhere.
Yes, yes, Jackson is absolutely will.
Yeah, definitely. So one character that we kind of are introduced to in that moment when they're going to Isaiah Bradley's house is Eli Bradley, who they don't really call that out in the episode, but that particular actor is portraying Eli Bradley, who eventually becomes a young Avenger.
Yes,
Patriot, right?
Yeah. My theory from last week is unfolding.
Yeah, your theory from last week is unfolding. That they're starting to build up the young, Avengers.
If they want to, they can. So
one thing that I read, they could be very slyly introducing the concept of the mutant growth hormone, because Eli Bradley, in order to become the Patriot, kind of takes the mutant growth hormone to get sort of powers.
Like he has to keep taking it, I think, in the real.
And then at one point,
that's what I've read in the comics.
Yeah, in the comics, at some point, he then does, in order to stop having to take that stuff, he gets a blood transfusion from his grandfather, and so he actually has the super soldier serum, flowing through his bloods.
So he's a mutate. That's what they call them in Marvel Comics, I believe.
When they're taking the MGH.
He's a strand cast.
Exactly. He's a strand cast.
Hey, Rhett, we're going to get into more WandaVision territory because the creators of the show said that there's a character they introduced in episode 5 that is a big deal. And
Mephisto?
I'm just hoping it's Reed Richards, guys. That's exactly.
That's right. It's
wow.
Reed Richards. So, man, there's just a ton of stuff that they throw at us in this episode. We have to call out the scene with Dr. Rayner, though. That scene with Sam.
I don't know if. So I rewatched it tonight, and I thought, to me, that scene. I don't know. I know they played it for the buddy cop funny effects, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, there's no way she could force Falcon to go into a meeting, and I don't know. It seemed overly silly the second time I liked it a lot the first time. Second time I was like, I don't know.
She couldn't probably make him do that, but she said, look, if I'm going to release Bucky, this is what you're going to have to do. And it was kind of like that. That's how I kind of took it. Like,
I know they're building up their buddy cop funny back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that was one scene I thought seemed a little false to me, but I enjoyed their about the big three.
Roth, how dare you? We will overthink this.
Yes.
Stuff.
Oh no, Roth. I'm going to overthink it, brother. The big three was pretty funny. Like the thing about the Hobbit was good.
Yeah. Yeah. I read the Hobbit in 1936.
Hey, Barnett, I'm recalling your prescription.
Oh gosh.
I'm cutting his drugs off now.
You should.
Yeah, if we ever get any medical things happen on this show, we could get Earl to answer questions about how real.
That's right. You could be like a consultant. Could somebody really survive being thrown off of a truck?
Throw a shield up under somebody as they're falling. It's not going to absorb much. He's going to have pretty bad. He's probably going to break his back.
But it's vibranium. It's very. And
Battlestar may have some. Who knows? There may be some super serum. Dr. Fauci, Earl.
Could John Walker really use his helmet to prevent a grenade exploding? As he explains that it's, he was explaining
what was he explaining? That was weird.
How reinforced is the helmet?
Exactly. We don't know how reinforced the helmet is, but I thought it was funny because they were joking around about, have you ever jumped on a grenade? And he was like, yeah, all the time.
Yeah, with my helmet that I know I'm guaranteed with protection from. That's a bit different from Steve. Steve jumped on the grenade because he thought he was saving everyone.
Yeah.
John Walker knows that he's not going to die, or most likely not going to die.
Yeah.
I do like Wyatt Russell's performance, though. He's got a little bit of Kurt Russell swagger, doesn't he?
Right.
I like knowing that he went to audition. One of his first Hollywood auditions ever was auditioning for Captain America in 2010 or whatever.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a bunch of articles talking about that, and him talking about how he didn't really know what to do to get in the audition process, to audition, and he couldn't ask his parents because he said, and I quote, like they haven't auditioned in 30 years or something like that.
Right.
Just give them the roles, right?
So yeah, it's
oh wow, Jacob's figured it out.
I think that I see that. Yeah, I think that this is a good role for him. I mean, and I don't know if this is a character that's going to go beyond this series, but you would think with hiring a guy like a Wyatt Russell, I think it's cool. I mean,
it's a good stepping stone role for him to.
He'll be around. Yeah, Go ahead.
Sorry, there have been a lot of speculation. There have been a lot of speculation that the Thunderbolts will be introduced at a certain point, and bringing Zemo in a show like this.
Oh,
I feel like Zemo would definitely be on that team, of course, because he's on the team in the comics. But I feel like U.S. Agent might also be a good fit, depending on where they take the character.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm unfamiliar.
You don't know the Thunderbolts? General
I'm
Ross.
not familiar with that property, but
yeah, they're sort of like Marvel's Suicide Squad, kinda.
I gotcha. So they're bad guys.
Right.
Yeah.
This is why Zemo's are going to be, a part of that group, and
yeah, almost like anti-heroes. What they're doing,
Yeah, I would do it. The Thunderbirds,
the puppets. We'll get
Hey, that's the next thing Marvel hasn't done yet. They haven't done puppetry.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what we need is a puppet. We are going to have a weirdly animated MODOK show that has nothing to do with the MCU.
Stop motion,
exactly. I don't know how they...
MODOK
is probably the last show that's going to be separate from the MCU.
Yeah, well, it seemed like something Patton Oswalt really wanted to do.
Hulu had greenlit that show before, I think, the buyout of Fox.
Yeah.
And so...
Yeah, but they also had a couple of other shows in development that never panned out. They released Hellstrom last year.
Dude, that was horrible. I watched one episode of that. Ugh.
I didn't watch it, but it was supposed to go into other horror shows, like a potential Ghost Rider show and a potential something else show. I can't remember what the other character was.
I don't even remember that. Was it a live action?
Yeah, it's on Hulu. There's one season of it. It didn't get picked back up. I mean, it was like, I think they had to agree to release the show because it was already in the can. And so, I mean, they released it, but yeah, I mean, it was bad. That one episode, they were trying to be like that show that was on Netflix that was super popular, the DC character.
Constantine?
No, the guy that played
Hellblazer?
No, the devil. I can't.
You're not talking about Lucifer, are you?
Lucifer, yeah.
Oh, okay. He is a DC character. Okay.
Yeah. So they were trying to copy that a little bit. I mean,
why not just release Mephisto? Then that's the same thing as
exactly.
They probably couldn't get the rights to Mephisto.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm trying to think of anything else. I thought Erin Kellyman was good. I mean, obviously we've only seen her as Enfy's Nest, so I don't have much background with her acting, but I thought that she conveyed a person that was a bit torn about what she was doing. I think, like, I got some of that in her character.
She doesn't seem like a villain to me, and
no, right.
I think they're going to be more of we're being persecuted.
Sure.
And there's going to be a big bad somewhere above them.
Well, I mean, it's just one of those things that
Maybe
I think
power broker.
They obviously feel like they're doing the right thing here. I mean, that their organization was created just like that organization that Wanda thought she was a part of that ended up, being Hydra, but she thought she was trying to change the world. That's kind of what the Flag Smashers kind of think, that they're trying to do the right thing because they were treated poorly by this GRC, which
the GRC is going to be part of the big bad. I don't understand.
And I think that's an organization that we're going to hear a lot more about. I don't think that's just this show. I think that's probably one of those organizations that's going to end up doing something pretty bad. I don't know.
So you say the Flag Smashers don't think they're doing anything wrong. Right. I want to know what their plan is, because before this show came out, the rumor was the bad guy was going to release a virus, and then COVID hit.
They had to rework that,
and so maybe they lessened that because we saw vaccines in that truck, which makes me think the virus may still be in play in some aspect. But
there was there a disclaimer or something that Disney released that there was some real world parallels with this particular episode? I thought I saw something from official
that may have been more about the racial stuff than the...
Oh, maybe.
That's good.
I thought perhaps it was in reference to the virus and whatnot.
Garrison, I think I just thought there was somebody who mentioned that they were like a Robin Hood group. I thought they were getting the vaccines for their people that were have been ostracized from the... I mean, that's what I figured, but that's an interesting thought that maybe they're going to get vaccine for themselves and then do some kind of viral warfare or whatever.
Well, wait, I thought that this was the super soldier serum that they stole.
They definitely stole it for themselves. I don't know that they have stolen a huge
a bunch of crates of it. So all those crates aren't
crates
full
said
of
vaccines.
Serum. Oh, okay.
It said vaccines, but that's a good question whether it is just super serum. Yeah, because they never really clarified that, did they?
Now, if there's no big virus released in this show, I'm going to create a Mike Zero video saying that clearly they changed it because I said it on this podcast.
Roth says it's a vaccine, so if Roth says
okay, so yeah, whatever Roth says goes. So it was a vaccine that the power brokers or the power broker was not happy was stolen from him. So if the power broker's plan, if he's the big bad guy, if his plan was to release some type of virus, that would make sense because he would want the vaccine for his people or whatever, whoever he chooses to have this vaccine for whatever virus he wants to release. But I can't. Oh, it was a violence disclaimer. Okay. I knew I had read something about, I don't know. I thought I'd read a weird
violence
disclaimer.
That bad?
I didn't. I actually found the violence in the first episode to be a little bit worse than this one.
Yeah.
Maybe it was for Disney. It's a little intense, just to say, hey,
coming off of WandaVision, especially, I guess,
because WandaVision was a little more tamer and more
magical fights and not,
Yeah.
This is more grounded.
That's right. Disney is soft. Oh gosh. Real world violence. Okay, so yeah, that's what it was. I remember seeing that term very specifically, real world violence. Okay. Interesting.
So it's more the punching than the,
I guess,
again, the magical attacks that we saw in WandaVision.
I guess they assume that the demographic that was watching WandaVision is probably watching this as well, which includes probably some young children. I'm not letting my kids watch this one.
Weird. That was added in response to mass shootings. I feel like that would have made more sense if there was a shooting in the episode.
I don't recall there being any mass shootings.
Well, in our country, we've had a few.
I get it. Okay, fine. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, that's fine. I guess that's why they did that. But yeah, at the same token, I'm definitely not letting my kids watch this one, which I'm bummed about. I wanted them to watch this one, but there's too much language. Like, I don't know. This one's different than WandaVision. It's a little bit weirder when it comes to the intensity of that. It's heavier on the PG-13 than WandaVision was.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
get them started on Iron Man. There you go.
Yeah, I need to get them started on something a little bit different than.
Did they want to see this? Were they like?
Oh yeah, my oldest one definitely wanted to see it, but I don't know. After I watched that first episode, I was like, sorry, can't watch this one. My bad. Go back to watching YouTube videos of people opening toys, because that's all they ever watch. No, she watches that mystery show that's for kids, The Secrets of Sulphur Springs. That's a Disney show that she watches that she really likes.
Not watching Mighty Ducks?
I did. I liked Mighty Ducks. I thought...
Is that a movie or a TV show?
No, it's a TV show. I thought Emilio Estevez still had it. He was pretty good.
I have not watched it.
Come on, man. Mighty Ducks is awesome.
I don't remember the movie. I watched them as kids, and I don't remember them at all.
No, I haven't seen. I watched all three of them, but I have not seen them in many years. So
there's three of them. Goodness.
Yeah, it was a trilogy.
I saw the first one, and that was enough.
Well,
I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know. So what else? What else we got in this episode?
Well, it's interesting that John Walker somehow they tapped into Red Wing and followed them, and they were a little upset about that.
Yep.
There's the funny scene where they try to pick him up, and of course they just keep walking, and they finally jump in. But he says something about, "I'm just trying to be the best Captain America I can be, and it would be great if you would be my wingman." And he's like, "Okay." Yeah. The last line is always the.
So speaking of Red Wing, as I was doing my research, this particular aspect of something that happens in the comics that will definitely not happen in the MCU is that Torres gets infused with the DNA of Red Wing by the Serpent Society, and therefore he's able to become Falcon.
Doesn't Falcon in the comics have like a psychic link with a bird or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, I don't think that's this Torres is probably just going to take Sam's suit and become Falcon. Once Sam becomes Cap. So I don't think we're gonna have any DNA of a mechanical object. Oh, so you're saying Red Wing in the comics is an actual bird? And
it's a bird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he telepathically communicates or something.
Yeah, he communicates with this bird.
Yeah, I don't think that's the way they're going. Obviously.
So does he turn into a bird and fly around, or?
No, they say that he just becomes
a Falcon Man,
it's really weird. And I when I read that, and the Serpent Society is that thing that they joked about ages ago.
Yeah, when they revealed all the
movies.
Yeah.
So apparently that's a big joke in the comics is the Serpent Society.
Well, I thought the Serpent Society, isn't that connected to Iron Fist a little bit, or am I?
I don't know. Off? I'm not big into.
Iron Fist is going to be a chick, right? That's what's going to happen.
Huh?
Huh?
I thought Iron Fist is a chick.
It's a dude. He had a Netflix show.
No, he's that curly-headed.
Oh no, I'm thinking about something else. I'm thinking about
You're thinking of Iron Heart.
Iron Heart. My bad. Iron Fist, Iron Heart. It's all the same.
He's going to have a psychic link with Tony Stark.
Yeah,
if they get there.
It'd be interesting to see because Tony Stark is involved in Ironheart a bit as like a hologram. I wonder if they'll include that in the show.
Don't post that, dude.
Iron Lung. Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Iron Lung.
Oh, I broke the chat. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Iron Heart is a woman. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You guys think we'll get
Iron Fist, the glowing fists?
Yeah.
Power Man and Iron Fist.
I kind of hope. I don't know that they'll bring that same that actor Finn, whatever his name is. I don't know if they'll bring him back, but I kind of want those characters back though.
I love the Netflix street level Marvel stuff.
Well,
I like
look,
all of it.
Charlie Cox, unlike the other two Spider-Man, I'm pretty sure he's going to be in Spider-Man 3. The other two, I'm like, I really want it to happen, but we don't 100% know.
Yeah.
But Charlie Cox, I'm pretty sure he's going to be in Spider-Man 3. So that would be a good launching off point to give him his own show again or do something with him.
Yeah, I mean, they said that and that he might be in She-Hulk also.
That'd be awesome because it's a lawyer show.
Yeah, it's a lawyer show. So, I mean,
have a little Matt Murdock popping up. Matt Murdock as a cameo or something.
Yeah. No, I'm fine with just Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox playing Matt Murdock in something.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
just to clarify, it wasn't Finn Wolfhard. It was
Finn.
That's my bad.
I don't know what his name is.
I'll find it, guys. Y'all just keep.
He was in Game of Thrones. I don't.
Finn Jones.
Finn Jones. Yeah, that's kind of boring. Finn Jones.
Yeah,
that's a boring name.
You guys think we'll get a Snap Wilson in this show?
Snap Wilson?
Yeah,
he's like related to Sam?
He is Sam. It's like his past before he became Sam Wilson. He's like a bad guy. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I just tried to find something.
I don't. Snap Wilson. So my only thing I didn't follow is when the show first started, I thought, okay, Sam's working with the military, but then he's going to go, and then Torres has a plane for him.
Mm-hmm.
But then he kind of acts like he said they're free agents.
Yeah, so, they're contractors for the military. I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
yep, basically. I mean, there
certainly just shows up out of the blue.
Yeah, that's one thing I had. There's no way the military just lets Bucky get on that plane without clearance.
No, not really.
Yeah, he's just hey, yeah, you just come on.
I know we're overthinking it, but
or jumping out of a plane at 200 feet and surviving.
Yeah.
If you do have a metal arm,
he's a super soldier.
He is. I know there's some reference there with I think Cap doing similar stuff, but yeah. I didn't.
I guess he had enough tree.
They were only like 200 feet up. He could make that jump. That's not big for him. I mean,
but super soldiers can be killed by bullets because we saw that one guy get riddled.
Right. There's no such thing as Avengers anymore, Rhett. There's no Avengers anymore.
Isn't there a porn joke? No, sorry, I shouldn't engage.
No, not engage.
Do not engage Rhett at all, ever in any.
Well, this was Jacob, but yeah, I mean,
oh well, that too.
Same level.
Yeah, exactly. Don't engage certain things in the chat. One interesting scene, I think, towards the end of the episode, kind of right before Sam and Bucky start talking about having to go meet with a certain person. Basically, Walker tells them to stay out of his way, and that was to me, that's kind of the first like little instance.
Oh yeah, right at the end there.
Well, he's very frustrated with the cold shoulder he's gotten from Sam and Bucky, and he's lashing out at them in a not great way.
In a not good way. So he like, so I think that's obviously for the audience laying the seeds of something bad gonna come at some point. There's gonna be a clash between those four guys at some point.
Yeah.
And I think I think Battlestar will end up like siding with Cap and Bucky in the end. I think U.S. Agent's going to be on his own.
I feel like U.S. Agent and Battlestar connected so much that I don't know. You know,
yeah, they're pretty lifelong buddies.
I was going to say they seem like almost, they seem like brothers.
Yeah.
You know, brothers in the service together, that kind of thing. So
yeah, look, no, Craig's right. Johnny Walker got a little bit big for his britches at the end. I think.
Well, I like how Sam just said basically, look, you guys don't want us with you because, like, we're free agents and you do better. And so then he was just like, well, y'all just stay out of our way. Mm-hmm. And I thought, ooh, okay,
yeah,
it's a little much. So
a little menacing there.
And without Red Wing being around anymore, theoretically they can't track him.
Well. He'll meet the bird next week.
Oh, is the bird the actual bird? Is
There might be a psychic link. Maybe Wanda will come in and create a psychic.
What do you mean, no more Sokovia Accords?
Yeah, I thought there was still a Sokovia Accord.
There still seem to be Sokovia Accords to me.
Yeah,
I mean, I think they're stupid and they don't make any sense and they're just convenient for whatever they want to write. But
yeah,
they still seem like.
Yeah, I did not get the impression that they weren't like around anymore,
and they're also not like constitutionally legal, but whatever.
Right.
I think General Ross is going to show up in that. There's a theory that he's going to show up.
Well, okay, so he's asking why they're. Well, I mean, free agents in the sense that they don't answer to anyone. Maybe.
Yeah. They're free agents, as in they're contractors for the government. You know, the Sokovia Accords is the UN, which I think is stupid, but.
Right.
The Civil War in the comics, I believe, is directly for the United States when they sign whatever they sign. Cap gives up at the end.
Plus, there's been 5 years after the blip. I mean, there's been a blip. People have forgotten about the Sokovia Accords because Tony Stark.
Like Garrison said, they conveniently bring them up when they need a plot point of some type.
Yeah.
We've never seen the entire document, and from what we've seen from it, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of dumb.
There are actually some really good videos out there that argue that it's not a constitutionally legal document. Like
is there like a written document for the?
There are aspects that we have and that are out there that we can take from it and be like, you can't make your citizens do that.
Right. I mean, real world, but yeah, I mean, in the MCU, it's.
But ultimately, superheroes saved them because of. So that's why I think they would have abolished after such a traumatic, world-changing event with a blip, and I don't know.
But we know with WandaVision that they were still in effect.
Well, okay, that's fair.
So, do we get any sense at all whatsoever that there is a coordinated Avengers group working out there right now, or are they all split up?
No, and that's why they introduced the Thunderbolts.
The Thunderbolts. Or the Young Eternals.
I'm just trying to fit the Eternals.
That's right, Rhett. All right, I'll put Rhett's comment in there. Meg Anderson does not kill people with robot arms or flying suits for armor with lasers and missiles. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. But so, the big reveal at the end, obviously, is they feel like they need to go see Zemo, or at least Bucky does. Sam does not seem real thrilled about that. at all. And so Zemo's for some reason hanging out in Germany is what I get the sense of. That was Germany, prison. Right?
Yeah, he's in prison somewhere. I don't know where he is.
Well, they showed that roundabout, and I think that's Berlin. I
Maybe
recognize that gold statue.
No, I think it's because didn't the whole Civil War? Well, let's see, where was he at? Was that the Civil War movie?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question.
And then right at the end, I know, wasn't he going to kill him? No, something.
He was going to shoot himself.
Black Panther was talking to him. Remember,
he was going to shoot himself, and Black Panther stopped.
Boom! I didn't even have to look that up. I got Roth supporting me. I recognized that. I've seen so many movies with that circle, and I've been to
roundabout.
Berlin one time. Yeah, I've been to Berlin one time, and they had that thing. So yeah, boom. So for some reason, he's in a prison in Germany.
Well, that's his. Is that his home country?
Yeah, no, he's German.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
His family was living in,
or maybe he's Latvian, or
wherever Age of Ultron took place. But
yeah, maybe Sokovian. I don't know.
Oh, he could be Sokovian. I don't know.
What?
Oh, Rhett. So anyways, so what do we think that Zemo's gonna really team up with these guys? I mean,
yeah, because he hates superpowered individuals.
Well, he's not going to get along really well with Bucky then.
I think Zemo's going to be like sort of like how Hannibal Lecter was.
Exactly. Yes.
He's going to be their advisor.
Yes.
But he may break out.
But clearly also break out because, as we've seen in the trailers, he's not in the prison at a certain point.
I need that mask on.
Yeah. So is the mask, I mean, is the mask to conceal who he is to the public while he's hanging out with
comic
Bucky?
accurate, baby.
Comic accurate. Zemo.
So they're basically just doing that so they don't have to have Daniel Bruhl on set all the time? Is that basically while they're doing that?
This isn't the Mandalorian.
He's going to eat them. That's right. he's going to turn cannibal.
He's going to look like what's the Fat Albert character who has the
I know
what you're talking about. Yeah,
the thing pulled over his face.
Yeah,
I didn't watch that
Mushmouth or something. Is that Mushmouth?
Yeah. Right, exactly. Every villain in every movie is always playing chess in prison.
It's so like, give him a chess set. He's a super villain.
That's
right.
He
was playing chess. They opened up the shot. He was playing chess. I don't know who he's playing it with. Is it himself?
Right. Maybe it's Magneto. Magneto.
Oh, Roth makes a good point. They did actually mention Sharon finally in this episode.
She'll be in the show.
They're on the plane. They mention, and she's what, Agent 47 or some
13.
nonsense? Whatever. What's Agent 47? Was that a dumb movie?
That's Get Smart, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's its own movie, isn't it?
It's a stupid movie. That's right.
What'd you believe?
Agent 13. Yeah, exactly.
Hello, Agent 99.
Yeah, Hitman.
No, that's a different.
Yeah.
Right. Oh gosh.
This isn't going out live. This isn't going out on air, is it?
It is. We're live, baby.
Oh wow.
We're doing it live. We always do it live. But yeah, I think, and she was even in. It's funny because if you watch the credits, a picture of her is in the credits, but they don't show the actress's name because she's not in the episode.
Yeah.
If they had showed her name, they would have had to pay her, and so
of course, participation fees.
Yeah, they just put her likeness in the credits. So I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, no, she'll be in it. I think probably this next episode, if not.
We know Zemo is going to be in the next episode.
Yeah, Zemo for sure. It's probably going to be an all Zemo episode, maybe.
Yeah,
which I would like. I would be all about that. Do we know yet? Has that guy said how long this next episode is?
I don't think so. I was literally just thinking about that.
Oh, he didn't release how long? We always have.
Not yet. He probably will during the week, and maybe I'll put it in the comments or something when he does.
Don't show that comment.
Good grief, Red. Oh, jeez. Rhett's going to ensure that this show never has more than like 6 people watching it at once. He's doing everything he can in the chat to make sure that whenever somebody hops in and sees that, they'll jump right out.
Now, Sharon Carter, so the last time we saw her was what? Maybe Winter Soldier?
No, Civil War. She was in Civil
War. She was at a funeral, right?
Well, she helped Cap, too. In fact, she got in trouble for helping Cap, I'm pretty sure.
Surprisingly not.
Surprisingly not, Greg. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see. So yeah, no, was she not at the Endgame funeral?
She may have been.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone was there.
Yeah, probably so.
They just had like CG people, just like, because there's no way all those actors were on the set the same day. But
they brought in Harley Keener from Iron Man 3. So
right.
maybe he'll be Iron Lad in the Young Avengers.
Is there really an Iron
Lad?
Yeah, there is an Iron Lad in the Young Avengers.
An unfortunate name for a character.
Well, he's like Kang. He's like a past version of Kang or something.
Kang the Conqueror?
Yeah, that's like a sort of twist.
I'm with Roth. Roth up here at some point said, "This is why I don't read comics." That's exactly why I don't read. There's too much weird stuff. I mean,
let me tell you, I this weekend read 52 issues of a comic called Invincible.
Oh, well, no, that's a good comic
for that TV show.
The comic, I like the comic more than the show right now. I mean, I'm enjoying the heck out of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to. Is it good?
I think the show's good.
I like it. I mean,
I think the show's good. I just think the comic is great.
Yeah, Kirkman's. I don't know why he keeps doing Walking Dead when he is better than.
Isn't he done with that now, though?
No, I think that comic is still ongoing.
No, the comic ended. In fact, here's how they ended it.
Oh, really?
They solicited fake issues in magazines like Previews, where they tell you about the upcoming issues with fake, I think, descriptions about what was going to be in the issues.
Uh-huh.
And then he finally released the final issue. I don't know, it was like 140 or something like that. I don't remember what exactly
it was. A long series.
Yeah, and it was a big, thick issue. And it was a surprise because they were like, by the way, this is the last issue.
Whoa.
I'm going on to Invincible.
Well, that makes sense that Kirkman moved on to Invincible then. So is that all 52 issues or is there more than that?
No, Invincible is done as well. It finished in 2018. I think they both finished around that time. And it's 140 something as well.
That dude is just raking in money, man. I mean, that guy.
I like Jacob's comment. It's not the new 52, Roth.
Oh, the 52 wasn't DC.
DC had this run called the new 52.
Well, they had the new 52, but they also had 52, which was like a lead up to like Final Crisis or something. Anyway,
Crisis on Infinite Earths or something.
I've never been a comic guy. I love the MCU shows and the movies and stuff, but I've never been a comic guy.
I could go off. I'm reading a comic right now that was so good, and then for some reason, DC pushed it into the future, and they hired this crappy artist, and anyway, they ruined my comic. So
wait, what are you talking about?
Legion of Superheroes.
And so, were you talking about the future state issues?
Yeah.
Well, at the end of this month, that'll be over. What?
Oh, Brian Michael Bendis is saying he's not. He may just keep going. He said we may just keep going with this future state.
Really?
Amen, Roth.
Yeah.
Well, I know that Flash isn't. Flash is going to go back to
Wally West. I hope
Wally West being the main Flash. So I'm excited about that. But
anyway, it's a long story. This artist is terrible, and she just did all, or whoever. I don't know if it's a she or he, but they did all these crazy.
Yeah, you can't really call out gender anymore. You just never know.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. That's a whole other story. That's another podcast. We can talk about.
That's another podcast. Yeah, that we'll never.
We can talk about these gimmicky things they do in comics to try to stimulate.
I can tell you more about that off air, but
okay,
that's interesting. Well, anyways,
you suck.
Wow,
you suck.
Dang.
Like every Wally West issue since 1987. Come at me.
Wow.
Oh, wow, Roth.
Oh, Roth's calling out Garrison.
Well,
Barry Allen died in 1984. They didn't decide to bring him back until 2011. only because of
Across the West,
nostalgia.
Wally is the Flash.
Wally had surpassed him as the Flash years before then.
Boom.
Then they decided to make Wally disappear. He was just gone. He didn't exist anymore. Then they bring him back. Then they make him a murderer.
Yeah, he's a murderer, and
oh man!
And now they've got to try to redeem him.
Good grief!
Garrison, we need to have our own podcast about DC.
That's right.
Sorry, I have to rant a little bit about how my favorite character's been treated. And
That's too
sorry.
bad. So, yeah, way to go bringing that up, Earl. Jeez.
Me?
I'm just kidding. All right. Well, I think we've gotten to a point where we can wrap this up. But as always, I definitely appreciate everybody that hangs out with us live, despite Rhett being insane in the chat.
What do we think Zemo is gonna reveal to them next week? What do you think? What information can they gain from going to Zemo? I didn't really follow that.
Well, no. I mean, the reason that Bucky felt like they needed to go to Zemo is because he knew where all the Hydra facilities are. I mean, he knows everything about Hydra, basically. And so
maybe they're going to make Power Broker a Hydra connected character. Maybe.
I think the thought is he'll know where the Flag Smashers got. He'll know the source of that.
Oh, they're trying to find the source of the super serum. Okay, that's right.
What do we got? A little morsel of info. What do we got, Fetmatic? What are you giving us?
He's saying that's all they're going to get. Just one little morsel. Move them to the next episode. The Power Broker.
Power Broker. Oh my gosh. All right, we need to end this now. So appreciate you everybody listening and watching the Deucecast Extra. And Garrison, thank you so much for hanging out. Dr. Earl, where can they find you, Garrison, on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at SUPASH3 and on Letterboxd at GRyfin.
Right on. Dr. Earl's off the grid. We all know that, but sometimes hang out. Yeah, hangs out in the RetroZap Discord every once in a while. If you're lucky, that's if you're really lucky, you'll get some conversation with Dr. Earl. He's a busy man. I am on Twitter at TheMichaelNip. I've got Letterboxd. I've got Discord. I'm in there at least once a day doing something in the Discord. So appreciate everybody watching. Discord. Yep. We will certainly. Oh, this Wednesday we've got the Deucey nominations are out on the podcast. Yep. So the only nominations that you really care about are coming out this week on the podcast. So we try and correct the wrongs of the Oscars and the Golden Globes.
And you can support an Alabama filmmaker this week.
Which one? Oh, Adam Wingard.
Yes.
Yeah. You can go check out Godzilla vs. Kong and support.
Oh, is that
Alabama.
Wingard?
Yeah, he's from Alabama originally. So I plan on seeing it for sure. We've got to beat China. We need a bigger box office than China.
That's not happening.
That's not going to happen. You're right.
It's on my HBO Max. I'm just going to watch it at home.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
loser.
I'm specifically not going to do that. So.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm only going to watch that in theaters. I've got to.
No, it needs to be seen on the big screen.
Yeah, it needs to be. Oh, look at Roth. He wants to vote on the Deuceys. Maybe we'll let you vote this year, Roth. You have had the one appearance on the podcast. That's all that it takes. Once you have one appearance on the podcast, you're allowed to perhaps.
Does Garrison get to vote?
I got eligible last year, so hopefully I'm still eligible.
You are, yeah. You'll get a vote. You'll get a vote. Not necessarily on the nominations, but you'll get a vote.
Yeah. Well, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Anyways. All right. Well, we will be back, of course, next week with episode 3, whatever it will be called, and however long it is. We will be, of course, talking about it. So we look forward to seeing everybody then. And as always with YouTube, please subscribe, like, share the video. Apparently, that's a big deal. If you can share the video out, we need some more subscribers on this thing. That's right. No, not this year, buddy. Not this year.
Not this year.
No, not at all. So anyways, everybody have a good night and thanks so much.